Hi everybody, this is Noelle for Petitti Garden Centers, and it's October and we wanted to show you what's in store. And believe me, there is plenty of time to still plant out there, so we're going to show you some beautiful items in the nursery. But remember, fall's a great time to plant. You have warm soil, you have increased rainfall, and you have the nice cooling temperatures in the evening that really let those newly planted plants relax and recover. So check out, if you need some color out in the landscape, look at all of these small evergreens behind me, and we'll talk about these really quick, but these are plants for small pops of color in the landscape, 4 seasons of color. And if you're really looking out there and thinking, gosh, I don't have a lot to look at over the winter, maybe you should try some of these guys. So we've got Golden Globe arborvitaes. These are the small arborvitaes, the nice round habit on these guys. We also have the bird's nest spruce over here. So they're little tiny round mounds that do, as they form and really fill out and mature, they just look like evergreen bird's nests. They're really just a great little habit of an evergreen. Little giant, sometimes we talk about the green giant. Those are really, really big, tall uprights, but these are little giants here with that bright Kelly green. And then look at, I love these arborvitae. This is Rheingold arborvitae here, and they kind of always look like this. They have a changeable color, but they have that lime green on the bottom and sort of a peachy gold on the top. And I'm going to show you another one that's kind of an improved variety from there. But this is Blue Star Juniper. These guys stay really tiny and sort of amorphous little mounds. So if you need some bright blue in the landscape, this will do the justice as well. And then we have WOODWARD. These are Globe arborvitae as well, just a little bit larger. So just, you know, larger rounded mound, oval mound. And then look at this, this is Fire Chief. And this is also an arborvitae, but this is what I was talking about, an improvement over Rheingold. You get a little bit more deeper orange color on this, not quite red, but that rust orange. It's really beautiful. And then of course we've got Mr. Bowling Ball. He's just a cute little mound, soft mound, kind of a deeper green, a little bit, a touch of blue there, but all great evergreens for year-round color or even for the winter, but plant them now. So we moved down from the small evergreens to the Weigela or however you want to say it. It's all good. And I'm going to tell you, the colors in the foliage are really coming out to play. Right now I have Maroon Swoon right here at my knees. Maroon Swoon is a green leaf typically with a bright red flower, really beautiful, but it's really starting to kind of, the pigments in the foliage are really starting to darken, so it's starting to get more of that maroon color to the leaf tips. And boy, talk about a repeat bloomer, really pushing out. And then just in front of it is called Electric Love. And this is, you know, in the same series, if you will, but obviously you can tell much smaller, kind of lower habit Weigela, darker maroon foliage throughout the growing season. And it also has a pretty deep kind of pinky red flower to it. So those are all available right now. Taylor's really close to a green leaf variety, and this is Checksmark Sunny Side Up. And what we love about this, it's a little bit taller Weigela. You can tell from the habit in it. Green foliage that sort of bronzes out in the fall. But look at this flower. Love the flower. It's like a creamy white, and then it has a yellow throat. So that's how it gets its Sunny Side Up name. So Weigela, right time at this time of year, great time to plant. Beautiful coloration on them. And of course, the cooler temperatures at night, again, bring out those pigments and foliage, and the smokebush family looks beautiful. This is Catinus, and you can see the classic royal purple smoke bushes behind me. Now, remember, smoke bushes come in all different shapes and sizes. Royal purple is one of those larger smoke bushes, so it can become tree form in the long run as it matures, or you can keep it more shrub sized if you'd like to. So royal purple behind me. I have golden spirit here, this yellow that turns, you know, all shades of orange and red. And then the smaller one is velvetini. So if you're looking for a dwarf, velvetini would be a beautiful variety for you. The leaf is usually dark, deep dark purple in the summertime, and it has a little bit of a fuchsia border, and you can already tell how it's kind of bronzing here in the nursery. So that's a great plant to have. And then more colorful foliage over here with the Ninebark family. Ninebark is called Physocarpus, and it is a native in our area, and so many different colors. Again, you'll see that play off of the yellow foliage turning more golden. Look at these beautiful red stems on lemon candy, and then you have the darker foliage leaves as well. So I'm going to come over here. This is Alouette here, more of that kind of bronze, purpley color, maybe a little bit more copper than purpley. And then we have tiny gold here. So again, more of a dwarf, and you can tell in the habit and also the foliage how it's smaller. And then tiny wine here. So this is a really pretty dark purple, very, very dark, almost purpley black compared to Alouette. And this one is called Little Devil, and I just love the name of it. Diablo or Diabolo is probably the most common form, but this is Little Devil, so kind of that smaller miniature form there. Look at the foliage and the berries looking gorgeous over here. So Viburnum, for those of you that are not familiar, great and lots of times fragrant spring bloomers, often will produce a sort of a rounded white flower, some light pink, some varieties are light pink. And then as we go through the season, the foliage fills out, obviously colors up beautifully. Some of them produce berries, which is great for your birders out there. So really a very diverse family that can take sun, can take part shade, and a lot of them can take even deeper shade. The colors on the foliage might not come out in that deeper shade area, but boy, viburnums are a workhorse out there. We use them for lots of different areas, screening, obviously cut flowers and so forth too. So check out some of the viburnum that are available out here. And look at this. This is a beautiful one. I know I've mentioned it before, but this is Brandywine. Brandywine producing those blue and pink berries. Absolutely gorgeous. And the foliage has gone from green to like a brilliant scarlet red to a burgundy as well. Really, really beautiful. This is Birkwood viburnum, and you can tell Birkwood, very fuzzy stems, fuzzy foliage. This is a really good deer resistant variety. They do have fragrant flowers in the springtime. I'm going to tell you that it is probably one of the last to lose its foliage. It really retains it for a long time, and it's going to be one of the latest to change color. So we're just starting to see a little bit of foliage change on this, but right now still a beautiful deep green. Popcorn viburnum. So this is the big white popcorn balls. They're not the most fragrant, but my gosh, look at the foliage colors. Bronzy green, reddish, and look at this deep burgundy. Absolutely gorgeous. Really, really fuzzy foliage. Really good one as far as deer resistant and just really hardy out in the landscape. And then this one is shooting out more buds, and this is going to be your fragrant snowball. This is called Carlcephalum, and beautiful sort of light pink buds, and then your white flowers. And I'm going to tell you again, very, very late in the season for this to be blooming, but it's just been one of those seasons where things are just coming on later. We've moved over to the Boxwood and actually the Inkberry Holly. So I wanted to show you these as just low evergreen options. This is strong box. This is a nice little Inkberry Holly. They call it Inkberry because it will produce that really, really small kind of purpley bluish black fruit on it. So that's how it gets its common name. But great small habit, rounded habit, very similar to boxwood, of course. Great deer resistant. Both of them are very good as far as deer resistant. Boxwood for us though, man, is it a staple in the garden around here for sun or for shade. So again, plenty of boxwood to have that year-round color, shape, and form, especially winter interest as well. And then of course, directly behind me, the Panicle Hydrangeas are still pushing out new buds and blooming and coloring so beautifully. And as the Panicle Hydrangeas do develop, of course, and we get into cooler temperatures, those pigments develop in the petals, and there you go. You've got changes in color from that sort of creamy white that they start out at the beginning of their flowering season to that kind of deep, deep pink cerise, not quite red, but they're getting there. So you kind of see all that variation in color, and it just kind of depends what variety of Panicle Hydrangea you prefer. Some of them kind of pink up earlier than others, like Quick Fire, for example. And then some take the little longer time to get there. So just kind of depends what you prefer, but they're all beautiful at this time of year.
We're over by the trees right now, and there is plenty of fall color and plenty of different genus to really look at right now. You'll see a lot of the colorful maples in the background here, but I have a beautiful weeping redbud next to me. This is Lavender Twist, and you can tell beautiful weeping habit, and then those huge heart-shaped leaves. That's typical of a redbud here. Redbuds, my gosh, there's so many beautiful colors, green foliage, yellow foliage, purple foliage, and believe it or not, they're a great native. So if you don't know a redbud, they're the ones that bloom that vibrant violet bud in the springtime, and then you get beautiful foliage and beautiful habit afterwards. And then this is one of my favorites over here. This is a river birch, and they're basically green through the growing season, but just turn a beautiful shade of gold for the fall. And of course, we love river birch as well. Another native plant, great in Ohio, but as they lose their fall leaves, you get to enjoy that exfoliating bark that turns all different colors, cream and peach and brown. So really, really beautiful. And again, great native plant in our area. But look around the corner, you see the maples, beautiful, beautiful colors just turning right now. These are red maples behind me, but the red oaks are turning. My gosh, everything's just really bringing on a show of color, especially as the temperatures cool in the evening. All those pigments really start to fill up. So there's plenty of trees to plant. There's plenty of shrubs to plant for this fall, and just enjoy being out in the garden.